It's never easy saying goodbye to a game like Bastion. It's almost like a metaphor for having a good life. A lot of folks take it for granted. It ain't easy making a game, and it sure as hell isn't easy to make a good one on top of that. I'm getting carried away. Bastion, a piece from the Supergiant Games collection. You can never go wrong with Supergiant Games. They're one of the few glimmers of hope still standing in the industry, and you know they're still going strong thanks to the success of Hades. I'm proud to call myself a Supergiant Games fan. Anyway, this game takes pride in its world building. You're in the base? World building. Exploring a level? World building. Picking a loadout? World building. This game throws exposition at you whether you want it or not. Luckily, it's a good kind of exposition. Fun facts and trivia about the world you find yourself in. Also, when you do something really specific and the game rewards you with more narration, it feels nice. It makes you want to explore every corner of the world to get more of Logan Cunningham's beautiful voice. As someone who wants to become a voice actor, he's definitely the sort of person I'd look up to. All of the designs, from the protagonists to the creatures, were original. None of them felt cheap or rushed. Even the names felt genuine. There are also a few variations of the same enemy, but it's not like in RPGs where they just paint them a different color and make them automatically stronger. Like I said, they didn't cheap out. And speaking of enemies, I think it would be impossible to do a no damage run, as you're constantly being attacked from all sides, and your shield could only do so much. That's one of the nitpicks I have with this game. And while I did have the commodity of auto-aim, it became worthless every time I was being swarmed. Well, thinking about it, maybe the developers were aware of this, and that's why they'll give you the necessary amount of health tonics as you progress through a level. And that's good. Mind you, I don't want to sound like the kind of guy who goes, God works in mysterious ways, because that's the same mentality mindless AAA consumers have. In fact, here's something I absolutely hate about the game. There were a lot, and I mean a lot of times, where I thought I could step on something only to realize it's a one-way ticket to Falls Town. It's a really difficult trying to figure out where to go from time to time, and there's nothing I hate more than getting stuck in a video game. Yes, your sceneries are beautiful, Bastion. The backgrounds have a lot of work put into them, but my knees are still fucking broken. Alright, that's enough roughness for today. The musical score is unmatched, with a bluegrass collection of tracks that will make you feel like a lone ranger in a Wild West setting, mixed with a spice of steampunk. And you know what helps build that setting? Guns, baby. The weapons in Bastion are quite varied, and there's a loadout for everyone. Of course, the downside that comes with that is that once you find a favorite weapon, you're rarely going to feel like changing it, if at all. Hell, the only skill I used in my playthrough was a squirt lure and everything went perfectly fine. So, does that mean it's an easy game? Far from it. In fact, you can make the game as hard as you want, with a little help from the gods. No, this did not just switch into a Hades review. There really is a feature in this game that allows you to make enemies more powerful in exchange for an XP boost. I only activated Pith, and it made for a nice difficulty curve as I played through the story, but it also meant I could only get to level 5 before I beat the game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the story. Well, it's not that big of a deal, because it's mostly there to interconnect every level. You can show the items you found throughout your journey to the other characters and they'll tell you some information about it, but you can just choose to skip that altogether and, you know, you won't really miss a thing. I mean, it means you're going to play less of the game, but you do you. I mean, some of us play games to, you know, have fun, not to listen to people talk. Anyway, I think I've said enough about this game. Now, whether you decide to play it is up to you. But, just remember, you only get to experience these sort of games once. See you in the next one.